Today in the lecture of plant pathology, we will be talking about Cook's postulate, which is developed by Robert Cook. So what is Cook's postulate? Well, Cook's postulate is a series of rules or premises, sabihin na natin, rules or premises that guides us on determining whether a pathogen is actually linked to a specific disease. So yun yung purpose ng postulate na to. Para malaman natin kung yung pathogen ba that is under investigation is what causes the disease. So napakahalaga niyan sa plant pathology kasi gusto nating maging precise doon sa ating control method or doon sa ating cure method na gusto nating i-implement sa ating halaman na may sakit. So the Cook's postulate is in general divided into 4 statements or postulates or premises. So the first one involves association, whether yung pathogen ba is associated to the disease. The second is on isolation. How can we isolate the pathogen para yun lang yung makikita natin? And then we will be inoculating it, so that's inoculation. The isolated pathogen is now put or injected or being given to a healthy plant, so that's inoculation. And re-isolation. Yung healthy plant na yun, magkakasakit ba siya? And kung nagkasakit siya, pwede ba nating i-re-isolate yung pathogen to see kung nagmamatch yung pathogen in the initial isolation and the pathogen in re-isolation. So that's how we see it in general. But let's dive deeper into it through this diagrammatic presentation. So ito yung four aspect of Cook's postulate para malaman natin if a particular pathogen is directly connected to a disease. So number 1 would be association. The microorganism must be found in abundance in all organisms suffering from the disease but should not be found in healthy organisms. So for example, kapag nakita mo na yung halaman mo, yung crops mo in the farm is exhibiting a particular disease. So kailangan mong kunin yung part ng halaman na yon na may symptom of the disease and subject it into, and you get a sample from this and subject it into a microscope. Dapat daw may makikita ka doon na microorganisms, or in our case, pathogen that could explain that disease. However, dapat kapag kumuha ka ng healthy plant on the same field kung saan mo kinuha yung plant na may sakit at sinubject mo rin siya into the same investigation under a microscope, dapat wala kang makikita. Okay? Nagme-make sense? Nagme-make sense yung premise number 1? Well, kasi nga naman, kung parehas lang na may nakikita ka dito at parehas lang na may nakikita ka doon, maaari na yung tinitignan mo is not a microorganism, but simply an organism that is present in both healthy and unhealthy plants. Yun yung logic niyan. Pero dahil wala sa healthy plants, and may nakikita kang pathogen doon sa diseased plants, then it could be that this pathogen is causing the disease to your diseased plant. So number 2 premise is that the microorganism must be isolated from a diseased organism and grown in pure culture. Now, we have already established number 1, that the organism is only found on the diseased parts or on the diseased plant. Now, this microorganism should be isolated, which means kailangan gumawa tayo ng pure culture. So, kukuha ka ng petri dish, kukunin mo yung microorganism na nakita mo dyan, ilalagay mo sa petri dish na to, and gagawa ka ng pure culture, which means dapat sa petri dish na to, ito lang yung microorganism, isang microorganism lang yung makikita natin. Okay? Isang microorganism lang yung makikita natin. Kasi gusto natin i-isolate yung effects ng ibang mga microorganism. Kasi possible na may mga ibang microorganism or some cells or whatever that is. Gusto natin i-isolate lang on this particular microorganism or on this particular pathogen. Number 3 postulate would be the cultured microorganism should cause the disease when introduced to a healthy organism. So nakuha mo, na-isolate mo na. That's isolation, by the way. Na-isolate mo na yung microorganism that you think is causing the disease. Now, what you're going to do is inoculation naman na. So you get this isolated microorganism and you put it on a healthy plant, dapat it should exhibit the same symptom na nakita mo noon when you are isolating the pathogen. Klaro? So kinuha mo yung isolated, yung pure cultured pathogen or microorganism, in-inject mo sa healthy plant, dapat magpapakita siya ng same symptom as the disease plant na pinagkuhanan mo. So that's inoculation. Now the fourth premise is re-isolation. Ibig sabihin, after this step, na yung healthy plant na yon yung healthy plant na nabigyan ng inoculated microorganism or pathogen na nag-cause ng disease sa halaman na yon, kukunin ulit natin na sample yung diseased halaman and we are going to re-isolate it to see if this one, kung yung na-re-isolate na pathogen from this step is the same with the re-isolated pathogen in this step. Okay? So, dapat identical sila. Only then, and then only, can we conclude na itong microorganism na to is the cause of this disease. Klaro? So, ulitin natin para lang mas klaro sa lahat. Number 1 is association. Dapat yung pathogen is only associated to the diseased plant and absent doon sa healthy plant. That's association. Number 2, isolation. Dapat yung microorganism from the diseased plant should be grown in pure culture para hindi maisama para ma-isolate natin yung effect ng pathogen na to or yung microorganism na to and maawala yung effects ng other microorganisms that may be present in that plant. We call that isolation. Number 3 premise, you call this inoculation. So dapat yung pure culture of microorganism or pathogen na nakuha natin, na in-isolate natin, if we inject it to a healthy plant, if we put it to a healthy plant, would cause the same disease as the initial diseased plant na pinagkuhanan natin ng pathogen na yon. So that's inoculation. And fourth, if we are going to fourth, we call this as re-isolation. If we are going to get and re-isolate yung microorganisms makikita natin doon sa disease plant in this step, in the step kung saan yung healthy plant ay binigyan natin ng sakit, and parehas siya doon sa initial isolation natin from the plant na napansin nating may sakit nung una pa lang, only then and then can we conclude that this microorganism is causing the disease.